How you guys doing? I want to thank you guys for having me here. Sitting out there listening to you guys, all I can say is that you got the talent, you got people listening to you, and that's how you get what you want in life. You start with what you started with right now, based on the words you use, so never stop. And with that being said, I'll say a little bit about me before I start this. A lot of people like to know how do I write a book. I do what you guys do. I just keep writing. I never stopped writing. Even before I didn't know whether or not I was going to be a poet. We all had hard times. Same hard times like you guys talking about. They're everywhere. You're not going to be able to avoid them. You guys have actually did something that a lot of kids don't get the chance to do, which is take the time to find out, a way to get away from it. And by writing, that's what you guys are doing, whether you know it or not. So I told you guys earlier that you were saving yourselves. I mean that because, a lot of times when I got those bad feelings or them hard times fell on me, you want to act out, but like I know what's going to happen. More trouble, more trouble, more trouble. You get a lot of stuff to write about, but you won't want the trouble. So that's the way out, and keep using it. And if you know somebody else, pass it on because it does help. Also about my schooling, I want to share that with you because I think a lot of us have a tendency to stop going to school at some point. That's bad, really bad because there's so many obstacles, so many. And the first obstacle you have to pass is getting someone's attention to make them believe that you have the common sense to do what you're asking them to do. Before I go into my poems, I didn't know which ones I really wanted to do, so I bought a few. But I got one in particular that I'm going to start off with first. It's called Still Breathing. And I got to go first with that because I've heard so much about, people being trapped in places to where it's almost like you can't breathe. And that's fine because it happens, like I said, to everybody. There's not one person in the room who don't know what a hard time is. I don't even know you, but I know you had a hard time. So, as long as you still breathing, what I'm going with that is you still fighting. And as long as you can still fight, you can still survive. So you survive as long as you still breathing. A knife, a gun, and then bombed, and he still runs. Betrayed, deceived, and hung, and he still overcomes. Forgotten, delayed, and numb, and he still knows his thumbs. Blind, crippled, and unable to hear, and he still has his spirit. Starving, on bending knees, and facing death, and he can still take one step. Hated, loss of pride, and no one takes his hand, and he is still a man. Screaming, aggravated, hanging on by threads, and he still stays ahead. Hopeful and faithful to every unknown reason, and why this man is able to say that he is still breathing. I'll also share with you guys, I'm really trying to target, some of the younger kids here, because I understand this is you guys' moment. So I have another one here. It's called "What You Thinking About." This poem puts me in the mode of when I see two people, two friends, young or old, doesn't matter. But you got a lot of spare time on your hand, and you may be sitting around and you're talking, and you kind of just back and forth. You don't know it, but you'll get into a conversation to where you're really just asking your friend, what you're thinking about. Because whether you ask him or not, that's what he's going to end up telling you. And you're going to go back and forth telling him what you're thinking about without even knowing it. So this is me trying to break you away from thinking too much. Sometimes you have to do something. You're thinking about a life that is mine and how that came to be. What you thinking about being as free as the wind and able to explore all I see. What you thinking about wanting to feel like I felt when I never had worries and told no lies. What you thinking about staying strong in faith and not to give, not take. What you thinking about? While people have love but rather use hate. What you thinking about? Just wishing I could move a mountain so that I could be seen. What you thinking about? The people I will never touch again and the places I may never see. What you thinking about? What you know and what I know and will forever be true. What you thinking about? Doing something and leaving the thinking to you. Would you like for me to share another one? Yeah? All right. I guess I better give you guys this one because it helps me a lot. You can walk into your house and you can walk out the door, you can walk, anywhere. Sometimes regardless of what you do, nothing works. It seems like nothing is happening. You could run somebody bath water, a tub of bath water, and something about that goes wrong. They'll jump on your case even after asking you to do the favor. You could go to the store and someone asks you to bring back a soda. You bring back a Coke, they want a Pepsi. Hey, nothing goes right, regardless of what you do. You could say thank you to someone. They may take that the wrong way, depending on how you say thank you. So this poem I have now, it's an issue. Whenever I bathe, whenever I eat, whenever I sleep, whenever I reach, whenever I keep, whenever I weep, whenever I crave, whenever I escape, whenever I slave, whenever I say, whenever I break, whenever I take, whenever I rub, whenever I hug, whenever I lose, whenever I look, whenever I imagine, whenever I figure, whenever I itch, whenever I sneeze, whenever I please, whenever I jog, whenever I drive, whenever I strive, whenever I touch, whenever I assume, whenever I create, whenever I believe, whenever I achieve is an issue, except whenever I pray. I give you guys one more. I got one more for you. This is a favorite of mine, and it helps through dark times. And regardless of what you think you're going through, and I don't know anybody's personal beliefs, but I like to just share that God does exist. So it's called "When He Appeared from the Light." It's this is my favorite throughout this whole book, and I got I don't know maybe 100 in there and 2 or 3 more hundred at home. So this poem here stands out because I feel like it was a blessing for me. Appeared from the light. When He appeared from the light, He never thought about it twice. The sacrifice He made when He accepted what was fate. I hear you, my angels, and I have determined that thy will must still be done. It has been ages upon ages since I've last seen my son. This world has but a little to all that lies beyond. You know thy words. You know what has been said. It is from here to thy kingdom come. All has to bear witness, so that all shall be forgiven. Bring thy neighbor with a neighbor, and be grateful that ye are living. Beyond your darkest nights, and in the middle of all thy pain, He will reign from city to city. Thy mountains and thy valleys will be bordered by these words. You have been heard. You have been heard. You have been heard. And He will not speak a word as He lightly fades away. And you will remember always how you made it through these days. He felt your pain and gave again. Friend to a friend, no wrong, no right. He works through him. It was in plain sight when He appeared from the light. Thank you.